you are. We've been waiting on you. We over here in the Champions Corner. Welcome you in. Come on, sit down, get some food, get some snacks. Get ready to listen to something you love, something we love. Professional wrestling. So you know what that means. We're 3 days away. Yes, I mean 3 days away from SummerSlam. And on our road to SummerSlam, this is the week of SummerSlam. We're talking about Monday Night Raw. Everything that happened. You think about talking about heating up. Did y'all see what happened with Liv Morgan? She burning everything. It makes me think Dom did something else with her to make her do all that, get crazy like that. But we got a lot more coming on with Raw. Also, we talking about NXT Great American Bash night one, just night one. A lot of stuff happened. So if you're ready to hear all that, come on with us, sit down, take a listen. And so we're gonna start it off like how Raw started off with Seth freaking Rollins. He said he the visionary of the law. He gonna lay it down. He ain't letting nobody get in his way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But see what him Punk versus Drew. I think he kind of gonna slow it down and not gonna have a full ending. But either way, it's gonna be an exciting match. What y'all think of the segment that happened on Monday Night Raw?
Personally, I think it went well for what it was, because without the physicality, it's like, what are you going to do now? Because we see them beat each other all kind of ways for 8 months, costing each other this, costing each other that. But then you go in physicality. I was interested to say no physicality, because I think, what do you get, right? When you've seen it for that long, and now you just get a bunch of talking, then you throw Seth Rollins into the mix to lay down the law, if you will. I think it was a straight segment. I wanted a little bit more from it. I will say that. It wasn't horrible. But for it to be the go home show, I wanted a little bit more from it to kind of get it. Not that we're not excited, but a little bit more to kind of be like, okay, yeah, let's get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think Drew stole the show at the end when he pulled out the bracelet. I think that was because I can't slap this man, so I'm gonna pull the bracelet out and just, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Antagonize that man like
Yeah. So I think that was a cool thing. So I know we get into it later, but I'm pulling for Drew in that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I beg to differ. Let me take a sip of this water real quick.
You gonna spit it up too?
Nah.
Get your Triple H moment in.
You brought that up. Saw that, Ron. He brought up a GOAT reference. I didn't do it.
Hey.
No, I disagree. Raw, that segment took a major L. Oh my God, a major L. And the reason being, a major L, a few things stood out. Number one, if you notice, CM Punk did his usual. He did his usual pause, and if he done that pause on any other night, the fans would have went ballistic. CM Punk. It was an awkward pause. No one, because now they don't know who to cheer from, because you had Seth Rollins come out and lay down the law. He talking about he gonna count to 1,000,000 if he want to. He gonna do this. He gonna do that. He gonna do this. He gonna do that. So now we don't even know what type of match this is. Seth Rollins took the whole point off of these two guys. From this night on Raw, what should have happened was they open up with the pyro show, and at the moment when this segment happens, those two guys going at it. If you don't want them to touch, you throw in some security guards. That's what you do. You don't do what don't do what they did on Monday night, because now we don't know who. If I'm a fan, I don't know who to root for. I couldn't. It seemed like Punk was a face. It seemed like Drew, and like Punk even alluded to it. Now you the third wheel, Drew. You the third wheel now, because me and Seth, we got beef past this. We got real beef. You and I, we just got beef because of what transpired. You injured me. So now, if I'm a fan, I'm like, man, I don't know who to root for. That segment was a complete disaster, if you want my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it did take a while for them fans to get around the chant and CM Punk. I ain't gonna lie.
Any night, bro, any other night, he do that pause, they are going through the roof. CM Punk. They didn't know what to cheer for, because Seth came in and he took, because of the magnitude that Seth is, he took the whole gas out of that whole storyline. The storyline was good as it was. It was good. It don't need Seth. I've been saying that a few shows. It does not need Seth Rollins.
But
I'm saying,
interesting take. Sorry, I just want to throw this in there. I think 2 shows ago, I referenced SummerSlam '97. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
and the referee in that match. And you said something, Sean, that made me think about it again. You said because of the magnitude of who he is, he is a showstopper, no pun intended.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the showstopper in that match? 97.
Yep. Sean.
So it's
Yeah.
like, so I still think it's going to be a similar thing, because why would they put Seth in the match if he's not going to screw somebody, whether on purpose or accidentally?
Right. So, but the issue,
So maybe maybe it's like the same thing, but the thing is, if he does it, what's cool about it is the result as it goes down the road. If he does do something like that, he has to count 3 still.
but then the issue is this thing was built off of Drew injuring CM Punk. Drew gets out and says, I prayed to God that this would happen to CM Punk. Drew, he trolled CM Punk for so long. This thing was built off of that. This is a grudge match, if we ever seen one. So now you throw in somebody like Seth Rollins. If I'm at the event, I don't want to see Seth Rollins screw this up. I want my payoff, because we done rolled this story all the way through. Now we finally got CM Punk clear. We got Drew in the ring. He's not suspended no more. I want my pay.
Let me ask you this real quick. And I just to say, is this, with it being a classic grudge match, Bill, right? Is this a one-off?
This is a one-off.
Mm,
You don't think so?
no. That's what I was saying. I think a couple shows ago myself. I was
Oh,
saying,
you said so.
yeah, Seth Rollins.
Clarify that. You mean one-off? Clarify that.
Is this the only match?
I think they're gonna be at Bad Blood.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying a couple shows ago. Like, Seth Rollins being in this match just prolongs the feud.
Mhm.
Because it ain't gonna be a fair winner or official. It could be a official winner because he's gonna count to 3 for somebody most likely,
Right.
but it ain't gonna be what we want it to be. It's just gonna be an added person right there. Like, if this man wasn't distracting enough, especially with that top he had on Raw, that zebra top, with the puffy shoulders, I'm like, bruh, I couldn't even focus. This man, the puff, it's sticking up bigger than everybody. I'm like, you already distracting enough, and now we don't know what kind of match you say you're gonna do what you want to do. It's it's pretty much you saying it's all about you.
Pretty much.
It's about what I want, not what needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that his argument?
You know what I'm saying?
Isn't that
Like,
his
say you want
argument?
to count to, like Sean was saying, count to 1,000,000. I'll count to 3 if I want to. I'm what, bruh? We trying to get a winner. What are we talking about?
Man.
Sometimes Seth Rollins been making me mad since Money was.
Listen. I say 2 things to that. 1, if he does that, that's on Adam Pearce, right? Because he put him in there. 2, his argument was the whole time with CM Punk to say, it's not about you, CM Punk. Well, now look at this.
Mm-hmm.
And why? And you said CM Punk said what not? What was the argument? Why should he apologize?
Right. No reason.
Yeah. So many there.
Right now with this, I'm gonna enjoy what happens. It might surprise us, but I'm thinking it's gonna lead to a triple threat at Bash of Berlin.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
that's the only way I can see it going. Because one of them gonna say you screwed me out of my win, or is that gonna be a one-on-one match?
Right.
Or is it gonna be a triple threat? I mean, that's the only 2 options I see happening after this match, depending on how it goes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's still going to be an entertaining match. Don't get me wrong, the digital audience, it's still going to be a good match. I'm still excited to see the match.
Yeah.
But I always thought that Seth Rollins, he really don't need to be a part of the match. The story was hot as it was. Monday night, it should have been that climactic, send us home, send us to the show.
Yeah, and it could have main evented the whole show.
Mm-hmm.
The way the rivalry is, it probably still can, but I doubt it will because we got 2 big title matches, so I doubt it will. And speaking of one of them title matches, we got Gunther versus Damien Priest, but on Raw, we had Gunther versus Finn Balor.
Mm-hmm.
Gunther put the work on Finn Balor, I swear.
Man.
I thought he broke something.
Well, you saw it.
Yeah.
Saw his chest. Lord.
And then when you see that Damien Priest came out at the end, and he put the work on Gunther himself. He been waiting to do it again since last week and the week before.
Right.
And with Damien Priest out there, I didn't see any dissension between him and Finn Balor, which is surprising to me.
Mm-hmm.
You saw something?
I didn't see none.
Well, I saw something, but I don't know if This is the proper time. It's a Judgment Day topic. I don't know if it's the proper time to bring it up, but if you want me to, I will. Based on what we're trying to get to, we've been talking about what's going to happen, right? We talking about the 2 title matches that I can remember in a long time. We're both saying what's going to happen. We got 3. We got 3 matches actually. It's like what's going to happen.
Right.
The men's 2 world titles and the World Women's World Championship, and 2 of them kind of play a part in each other, right? So we talked about what happened with the Judgment Day and the vandalism that took place in the clubhouse, right? On the Markins.
Right.
Do you know, if you look at that again, and maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong if you do see it, I didn't think Finn Balor's face was bothered on that poster.
On the marquee?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like everybody else was kind of X'd out.
Yeah.
But
You know what I mean?
And why would he, I'm saying, so him and no Ascension there, and they kind of broski it up at the end, like everything cool when we know it's not cool. You took an L, man. You wanted to prove yourself. You took an L. Now, wow, you come out here to fight him, I'm laying out. Come on, man.
But he still picked him up.
Right.
And he was right there for him. He was just protecting him.
But he came
I mean, he
came to his defense though.
Yeah, he said he wanted to handle it himself. Damien Priest let him handle it himself.
Yeah.
And when Gunther did the extra chokehold for no reason, Damien Priest was quick to come out there. So
but why
ain't like he ain't got it back.
But yeah, I'm not debating that. This is what I'm saying. Damien Priest beat Jey Uso at Backlash, right? And then they started jumping on him after that. And what did Damien Priest do?
He got mad about it.
And the match was over, right? And the match was over.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, I'm saying Finn Balor, but he's remembering those things because even that night he was like, you told me don't help at this, you told me don't help at that, but I need to step up. Do you think I can't do it now? You see what I'm saying? He said that in the back locker room prepping for the match. Now, even though he lost, and he had his back as he probably would expect him to as Judgment Day, I'm just saying Finn is still gonna feel salty about that because he's not getting the job done. He got the titles, but what have it done since then?
Yeah, because I mean, we still don't know who they defending those against. I mean,
nobody.
Well, I mean, they've been going after Jay and Sammy, like we were saying before. That could be the title match because they still continue to go after
what
them.
happened to R-Truth?
Miz is hosting SummerSlam.
Miz hosting.
Man.
And I'm pretty sure R-Truth gonna do some shenanigans with him, so that's all that is.
Yeah, hors d'oeuvres.
Oh yeah, bring some
more bring out that Bojangles sandwich from the commercial.
Hey, look at it. We ain't doing that again.
But with that match, I did like from the promo Gunther did, how saying Finn Balor should have been more than what he is. So like you are saying, Lonnie, if you take it from that point of view, it shows that, you're a tag team champion, but you're really supposed to be a multiple time world champion, man. And so you just kind of getting what you could get. I mean, being tag team champion is a high honor, you know what I'm saying? But you're still not in that world title main event picture.
Yeah. And I would add to that, Finn Balor, since he's been with the Judgment Day, has been tag team champion 3 times. Okay.
Just with the he is right. Yeah.
So
twice with Damien Priest.
Yep. And so now you think you put all that together, and you say what you should have been and what you're not doing, and then you get blamed for this. Oh, now you changed, Damien, or well, y'all don't think I can do it? Come on, man, confident things, man. You're poking it now. You taking room keys. I keep going back to that because it happened, and why are we going quiet on that?
Yeah, they went quiet.
You know what I'm saying? Why are we going quiet on that? And then on top of that, he challenged just be honest, he challenged Gunther because he wanted to. He say I'm trying to do something with Damien and trying to prove myself. Nah, man, you feel left out, so you're trying to make people remember who you are. You know what I'm saying? And then you pay for it.
Yeah.
You got laid out.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you're not even on the card.
Wow. Yeah. Think about that.
Mm.
And then I know they were just in Japan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his history over there, so his feeling over there. That probably amped it up a little bit more because over there,
He's a face.
He was one of the top dogs when he was over there, New Japan. So yeah, I'm starting to see what you're talking about. I'm starting to smell what you're cooking.
Yeah.
Come
All
on,
right.
hey, look at cook it up, put some gravy and all that on there.
Oh.
And guess what? There's a lot of meat on that bone still. Let's get it.
Hey, sure coming in a few.
I would say, man, that Damien did his part, man. He came out there for his boy. Because I mean, Gunther was about to go to town on him. I mean,
He did.
he didn't go
Man, he already did, but he was trying to give a little extra.
He was gonna go extra. God knows what he had in mind, you know. So I mean,
it would have been no more meat in that bone.
So Damien did his thing.
Yeah.
That's why I continue to be a fan of Damien, because he shows up for his people, not just for the Judgment Day people, but for the people, Puerto Rican people. I mean, for everything he does, he tries to represent the title, his people, and his group all in one. And he does. I think he's doing a great job for the past few months.
Yeah, I think he does, and that kind of me as a kid, we always do for major shows. We do like our own picks together. Just something fun to do, you know.
Yeah.
There's nothing, you know, just something fun to do to kind of make the show more interesting for us to talk about. And I'm on the fence about who to pick right now. I really don't know. I think before I picked Gunther before, but now, because Damien's getting that face push, he wasn't getting that like it was coming, but now he's really getting it. You know, and so is that a momentum push? And then they have a rematch in Bash in Berlin. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about this SummerSlam, man. I'm very excited.
Yeah, because when he was standing on that table, he put his hands up a lot. He got a good crowd response. He put that title up and put his hands up on it when he was standing on the table over Gunther. Yeah, he got a good response after that. So I think that hopefully the crowd in Cleveland will be behind him, and you know, and I'm hoping he gets the win. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if Gunther wins, but I'm going for Damien. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna put it out there.
Yeah.
Let's see. My heart says Gunther, but then I guess knowledge would say it probably most likely would be Damien.
Yeah, because I feel like they could have at least two matches out of that. Yeah.
I mean, I think you're right.
And if nobody else get involved in the picture, so
man, that's the thing, man. That's the thing. Oh my goodness, that's the thing, man. I don't want to get like crazy about it because something might not happen. You know, it may push it back some, but it's so much that's happening there. You know, like Damien. Okay, facing Gunther at SummerSlam, I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think anybody from Judgment Day has faced any Damien's opponents prior to a PLE. That close, not a go home show. I don't. Jey Uso, Seth Rollins. Who else did he face since he's been champ?
Drew.
That's
it. It's not as good.
Drew probably faced somebody. But you know, but like Finn was passionate about it. Why, you know, stepping up against those things, you know, and now I think that's going to be something, man. Something going to change for all I can say is something going to change for the Judgment Day after Saturday.
Yeah,
that's all I can say.
Oh, of course,
something going to change. Something going to change. Yeah,
because I mean,
and then like if Damien keeps the belt, is Seth Rollins going to go straight after him after that?
Nah, he got man. He didn't got himself in. You think these guys, Drew and Punk?
I know that Seth could go two different ways depending on how Saturday goes. Dang, a lot of things ride on Saturday, bro. A lot of things riding on Saturday.
Them guys ain't gonna let Seth just go away scot free and go back to his regular scheduled program. He ain't hot water. Hey, because Drew is a professional troll, and you know CM Punk, he ain't stopping until you gone.
Yeah, until he get that bracelet back.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways to get going. I'm excited about all of them, for real.
Yeah. It's definitely must see, as the Miz would say, including SmackDown. So it's gonna be a good weekend.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're gonna be in Cleveland. They can be in Cleveland probably tomorrow.
Yeah. They got a show, right?
Yeah, they got to kick off. I think the kickoff's Friday, if I saw the schedule correctly, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I think the kickoff. Then they got the post show on Saturday as well. So it's gonna be
and a pre-show.
Yeah.
And the countdown show. I got a question about that too, but I'm gonna stick on Raw for right now. But I got a question about that pre-show and all that stuff like that. But we talk about the Judgment Day. We're gonna continue to talk about the Judgment Day because with Liv tore up the clubhouse, she burning stuff, and the way she talking, she crying, talking. When women burn your stuff.
Something went down.
It's something that you done,
Went
bro.
down.
It's like like what did Dom promise you? Like he promised you something.
Hey, she pulled that Angela Bassett.
Bro, that's exactly what I was thinking, boy. Waiting to exhale.
Yeah.
Boy, Elizabeth waiting to exhale on him.
Yeah.
Hey, Dom. If that's the case, Dom don't want that smoke.
Listen, man, listen. One
It's going to a whole different level.
one thing in this world gonna stop a man, and that's a woman's scorn.
Boy.
Woman's scorn.
Look, I think for Dom, to your point, I think something else went down, or he might have said something behind the scenes. Remember, they never really talked about those private conversations they had in the background of other promos and things of that nature. They never talked. What were they talking about then? What was JD talking about then? You know what I'm saying? So, and now he kind of, he's trying to feel the pressure of that mommy's back, and it's like, make a decision, Dom. This, that, and the other. You belong to me, man. Come on, man. With Rhea, bro, you ain't cheap. You was a North American champion twice. I get that. But, man, you did more. You did so much more with Liv in that short period of time, in my opinion, as far as his development. I mean, that's just saying, defeating his dad, his character development, all that. Come on, man. Like, he's on another level now.
All right.
And so what happens from there, when Liv burning stuff like that, to your point, something was said or did. Like, she burning stuff, vandalizing and all. Hey, man. Hey. Yeah,
Bro.
Not just for last week saying the word, but you had to say something else, homie.
What if he ain't say nothing? What if Liv was just psychotic? Was she like that girl that, what if she one of them girls like, in her mind, we was together. We was an item. In my mind, we was going far. So if I can't have you, no one can.
Yeah, that's like a Mickey James type and to Trish type thing almost, but I mean, that's just a lot to be doing like that. But I feel like it still could go the way we've been talking about, where Dom still sides with her and they just putting on with this. But it just took a crazy turn on Raw with her doing all that.
What if, like you guys, I think Lonnie said it. What if it's just gonna be Finn Balor? He gonna come out and collect all the chips. He gonna collect his beef with his hidden beef with Damien Priest. He gonna collect on that, and he gonna get his girl that night.
Look. I'll add to that, Sean. Remember that for Liv, real quick. Liv said the most important thing to her was that title.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she has the title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why she crying over Dom?
Mm-hmm. Oh, she don't want.
You know what I'm saying?
She don't want to lose it.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to. But that's
on paper.
Yeah.
Looking at.
Yeah.
I ain't picking Liv to beat no Rhea. You seen Rhea?
I've seen it, but look here. Have they seen Liv? That's the question.
In a real,
I mean, if Liv beat Ronda Rousey twice,
that's true.
Whether you thought she should or not, she found a way to do it twice.
Right. And had a stellar match for Becky Lynch back in the day at day one. So, I don't know, man. Yeah. It's something else, man. Like I think, man. I can't wait to talk about the post show.
Yeah, and he's talking about Finn Balor. You gotta remember, when Finn Balor was with AJ Styles trying to take out the Judgment Day. Liv was part of with them too.
Mm-hmm.
So does that story come back all the way back around? Mm-hmm. It's a long, drawn out how you doing it, but does that still come back around?
Because
they were cool since then.
We cannot forget the look he gave Damien Priest at one of those PLEs. That look he gave him in the back, like, I'm gonna get you.
Oh man, but they shouldn't put that on Damien though. I just don't want that match to be messed up. The Damien versus Gunther match, I don't want that to be interfered in. I want those two just to go at it hard. Like
if it's interfered, then it'd be a disqualification, and it'll carry on to the next show.
I know, but that would be disappointing to me because I felt like that when. You remember the match with Samoa Joe and Styles, and that ended up in disqualification. I think that was at SummerSlam too, and then they had to fight. They had to wait to fight to the next show. I was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
What?
Damien kick out this time.
Go ahead on that heel stuff right there. That's what that is. That heel stuff, man.
Nah, for real. We don't want that situation to happen again. And the way Gunther be hitting people.
Yo, Stevie,
he get knocked out again.
Stevie Wonder saw that. Stevie Wonder saw that.
Oh, you stupid.
Man, I don't know, but I'm waiting for a hard hit match with them two. That's what. But we go from one group to a whole different kind of group. The Wyatt Six. Them boys unmasked. But that's kind of what I said before. I think the last episode before, like they're gonna make the entrance with the mask, but then they're gonna take it off and fight.
Right.
And that's what they did on Raw. But we're waiting to see the match. And the match coming up, they said it's gonna be on next Monday.
Raw.
With the Monday coming up now after SummerSlam. So we got to see who they picking to fight. I'm assuming it's gonna be, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, and Dexter Lumis, just like I had it on Raw against him, and then how to be in the background. But what y'all think about them showing their face like that? And I'm asking.
This whole time I've been reflecting that, I don't know, somewhere along the way we forgot, because the whole narrative was, I'm trying to see how they're going to act in the ring. What's going to happen. You had Vince Russo pretty much squash, this whole thing before it could even take off. You got a lot of other outside voices that's coming in and saying, WWE's not going to get this right. They're not going to be able to get it right. But I think back to, man, we had some really scary characters back in the day. We had Mankind pulling his hair out. You know what I'm saying? Your boy.
Yeah.
Your boy.
Yeah. Nah, ain't my boy. Don't even put that on me. Don't even say that. Don't lie to the people.
We had him pulling his hair out, man, doing those vignettes, those promos by himself. And despite what happened, Mankind had a pretty good career. So we had Undertaker. Come on, did we not remember the Phenom? So what I'm saying is, this can work. That's what I'm saying. This can work. Because they got other things in the past to kind of leverage off with these wicked kind of, gimmicks. I think it can still work. And I don't think that it was too early for them to be unmasked. A lot of people are thinking it was too early for them to take their mask off because the other two guys didn't have their VHS tapes or whatever like that. But I think the interaction that they had, I think they got a pretty good crowd reaction, and I think it was warranted. Now I'm pretty much interested, because at first I was like, oh man, they just jumping on Chad Gable. But now you got the other guys involved. I think it's going to be a pretty good program, and it's a good introduction for the rest of us to kind of see, okay, how they act in the ring, what's really going to translate.
I think to that point, I echo Sean that it's not too early, because technically they already took their masks off in these interviews.
Right.
Yeah. So now it's not like it was hidden, right? I think Joe Gacy was the only one who didn't get an interview or some type of vignette. And so now you get the mask off, right? And then you see more so Dexter Lumis, because I think he was the kind of wild card of like, how's he looking right now? It's like he has a Predator mask on with the hair and all that stuff too, right? And so now it's like, okay. And by Predator, if you ever seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Right, back in the day, the classics. But what I'm saying is that now you get the chance to see, okay, a little bit of personality traits here now. Now, next week, we're going to get in the ring. It's like, okay, let's see how they work in the ring. Right? So now you got a story behind them all. We're probably going to get more about why they are the way they are in this particular game. And so now, how do you translate that into a match? Are they fighting from pain, regretfulness, anger, joy? How they gonna fight now? Eric Rowan, I'm just Rowan. That's what he said. He lost his two brothers. So how does that translate now to the ring with being physical, right? Especially with a team they're gonna face. Chad Gable, I think we call it the new team Angle, if in a sense, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
But the team Gable.
They can only hope.
Yeah, Team Gable. So how does all of that transcends in a match? That's what I'm looking forward to seeing, because that's going to tell us all a lot about where they're going to go after this. I don't think they're going to let them dominate. I think the other team's too good for that. But again, I'm not the one booking the show, but it's going to tell us a lot about where they're going.
Well,
what's going to be psychology.
So they're considered to be the face in this scenario. So they're good guys. They're face. So yeah, I agree. It probably won't be like a squash match. Maybe their whole MO is, we're coming out for the ones that's been forgotten about. We're the saviors, that type of thing. Maybe that's their whole MO. But I want to know what they're gonna do at SummerSlam, because they're not on the card.
Probably nothing. And I say that only because I remember last year specifically after SummerSlam it was 8 matches. And Triple H said, I think the show was like 4 hours or something like that. And Triple H said at the press conference, I don't know about y'all, but that show was long. So this year, they only have 7 matches. And in these matches, they like to book to give people time, right? And I don't think they're going to do anything because you already not only you have 7 matches, you got Jelly Roll performing.
Mm-hmm.
So they add something else in there. They add something else in there, and then the Miz is hosting. So you got a couple of things there probably. So to add them in there, I don't think you're going to get anything from them on SummerSlam, which is probably why they booked it a week out. Like, hey, they're going to be on Raw for their debut match.
Yeah, I heard an interesting scenario from the guys over at behind the turnbuckle with Coach and I can't remember the other guy, but he was saying because he's a longtime WWE guy, you know, did everything you can do in the company. So he was saying with this size of the arena, they don't even have to have like a match. You could just have them make a moment because he's like that's what this is all about. Those guys making a moment. They could poke somebody out in the back. I mean, they could do a lot of things where it don't have to be, you know, a long drawn out thing. They're the Wyatt Six. You can have their little symbol show up somewhere. They can practically abduct somebody. Who knows? I think they can do something.
I mean, if they do,
Right.
yeah. If they do, yeah, if they do. I mean, I'm sure they'll fit it in, book it how it develops. I just don't know if they will. But I mean, I'm not the one booking the show, but I'm just looking to see what happens. As y'all know, you know, I get a little really excited that SummerSlam that's my show in terms of my favorite of the year because all the historical things that's happened there. So I do not see that changing this year. The moments are going to be spectacular. So I'm looking forward to that though. Yeah.
How did y'all like the tape for Dexter Loomis? You think it was well done, or it just we'll see what happens?
For me, we'll see what happens because I still going off because I'm still, you know, I haven't seen much of this physical things. So maybe this would get answers here. Last time, you know, I think Miz owed him money or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then you know, you know, so I'm just so now I'm trying to see. I need to see what happens. I need to see a little bit more from that, and then kind of groove from there. That's me.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he did drastically change his look, though. I was like, okay, wow. I didn't think that was the real hair. I thought that was part of the mask, too. But so the look is very different, and they got that X on his forehead. So I'm trying to see what does that symbolize, or are they going to explain that part of it?
Yeah.
But
I think
it's very different.
It's a wait and see. I mean, I don't think it's a bad way. I mean, I think his new look. I mean, what other look was he gonna have to fit in with these guys?
Yeah, but there was some leaked pictures of him. I thought he had shorter hair. That's what I said. I just him having that long of hair and dreads and whatnot. It kind of reminiscent of Bray Wyatt in a sense, and or the Fiend. And so I guess that's where they got that from.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so maybe it's extensions.
Yeah, they're paying homage to you know, Bray and all that. All of them finding a way to pay homage to him. I think
rightfully.
I still have questions about certain things about who, if they're going down the line based on, like, I understand the fact of going after somebody. I get that, but I still don't know why they're going after Shaq.
I guess I would say for what he's doing, he did to the Alpha Academy.
Maybe, yeah, but I think they were kind of teasing things with him before that, even too, right? Because I think they said you used to say thank you or something like that. They said in one of their vignettes, and I think that was towards him.
I don't know.
Which he hasn't said thank you in so long, right? He hasn't done that in a while. Or she hasn't done any of that in a while. But then at the same time, you know, when he was kind of getting physical with both guys, like, there you are. He was like saying, well, there you are, right? So what are they trying to get out of him? You know, I would think they would have went after somebody else, you know, on a different show, but I'm not going to go there anymore. We already went there. But so I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. That's another thing I'm just kind of curious maybe about, like, what's going on here. You know, something has to give, right? So, yeah.
Do you think Chad is officially done with Otis and Cesaro and Maxine? After
No.
I mean,
no,
she just slapped him. So
no. And then Otis got this free Otis shirt now. So you know,
I'm trying to understand that. Like, I saw it on WWE Shop like some while back, and they got him in bars. Like, this man ain't go to jail and that. I'm like, it's just free him from the group or free him from Chad Gable, but I didn't get it. I ain't think it resonated with what is going on.
Yeah. I don't think they're done. Like Sean Point, you know, she slapped this man. You know, I don't think he gonna I won't be surprised if he put an ankle lock.
Yeah. Alone?
Hey, it's not like it ain't happened.
Nah.
Come on now, Kurt Angle. Come on now.
Kurt Angle put everybody up in that
Oh yeah,
ankle
okay,
like that.
guys. Okay, right? Yeah.
That's my guy. That's my guy. Well, we're gonna go into one more group, the Final Testament. I had some. I'm not a fan of Karrion Kross, but I was a fan of Authors of Pain.
Mm.
And then what they did from NXT and a little bit on Raw. I think they became tag team champions on Raw also. It's hard to take them serious in what they're doing. They such a. I think they lower the mid card right now. They've been on a bunch like NXT. I think they did a little on SmackDown and on Raw.
Right.
And on neither show, I'm interested. I mean, what they doing with Xavier Woods? I mean, he fighting by himself, and he don't even seem like he's wavered about what they want him to do at all. Even though he's by himself, he said, "I still fight all y'all. I don't care what y'all talking about."
Yeah.
So if he's not taking them serious, and he's just gonna continue to fight, I mean, who should take them serious as a fan?
Sean, you can start this off, bro. I got something to say afterwards.
Yeah, man, because I'm like, they keep going after Xavier Woods. So I agree. They did some really good things back in NXT, and it's kind of been lackadaisical ever since. But I think they got what it takes. You know, I guess I'm just trying to figure out this whole angle with them and Xavier Woods. Like, what's going to be the ending point with this? You know, where you go? What is this for? Where do you go from here? So I'm still trying to kind of figure that out.
You know what I'm gonna say? The ingredients are cooking it. Just need to change the seasoning. And what I mean by that is this.
Ladies and gentlemen, he hungry, yo. He hungry.
Hey, he ain't lying. Hey, but look here. So what I mean by that, see, I watched some of Karrion Kross's social media stuff, and the guy he cuts good promos, you know, on and off the camera, so to speak. He cuts good promos. I think of the stories he's telling, though. He's telling the truth. Is he telling a lie? He ain't telling a lie about the New Day.
Mm-hmm.
He's not telling a lie at all. Xavier, yeah, you in Coffee Shadow, homie. You been living there for a hot minute.
Been there for a long time. He been there long.
Yeah. Look, see, Coffee Mania happened. Nobody talks about it anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Xavier Wood won King of the Ring. Nobody talks about it anymore.
Right.
Well, if it comes down to it, what they're going to talk about first? Coffee Mania. Right? Because it was organic. So, with that being said, I remember right before Coffee took the match with Karrion Kross, and I'm getting to the point of the whole thing to answer the question about the Final Testament, but Coffee accepted the challenge. Xavier looked at him in the background like, man, I was going to take the challenge, right? So now, Xavier's fighting them every week. Coffee goes to Japan, fights them, re-aggravates, as far as story goes, re-aggravates his arm again. And now we're back to Xavier Woods getting beat down. Okay? I think Karrion Kross is a good leader for the Final Testament.
Mm-hmm.
With Paul Elderly there as well. Classic heel manager, classic manager in general, with with LOD or World Warriors, however you want to say it. I just think they need a little bit more pulled out of them because remember, Arthur Painter with Seth Rollins before.
Yeah.
And Billy Murphy, you know what I'm saying? So it's not their first hurrah with that. So I think they can be good. The problem is it's too much overshadow on the show right now. Because you have Judgment Day, Wyatt 6, and the Final Testament on the same show. If they go to SmackDown, you would have the Bloodline. But the thing about that is the Bloodline have more rivalries going on right now. The Judgment Day has a rivalry in themselves right now. The Wyatt is still kind of fresh and focusing on one group right now. But then you have them, right, who's trying to tear the New Day apart.
Mm-hmm.
Do people really care about that right now?
I think it's a build up. It's a build up.
Yeah.
They'll eventually probably go against the Judgment Day. They got similar looks and gimmicks.
Yeah.
But I don't think they'll ever go against each other.
Well, yeah, because Damien and Rhea are the only two faces in that group. So
organically.
So Judgment Day would have to lose. Like I said, they would have to lose it to either probably most likely Jay and Sammy, and then the Final Testament could go after them if that happens. That's a if. You know, ain't no telling. Like I said, I had another prediction for Jay, like I've told you before, and so if my prediction comes true with that, it ain't happening.
But you see what I'm saying? So I think the question is not, do we take the Final Testament seriously? I just think they're getting overshadowed for what's going on.
Yeah.
You know? Because Karrion Kross can cut good promos. He can. You know, he grabs your attention with those promos. It's just that the Authors of Pain have not been as dominant as they were. They still dominate, but they haven't been as dominant as they were. I think they should be tag team champions. I think that would help. But hey, because
Yeah.
nothing going on in Judgment Day has anything to do with those tag team titles, man. Nothing.
Yeah. Like you said, Sean, I don't know the end game with Xavier Woods because, like, if Xavier Woods, if he gives in, bro, y'all already got like 5 people in your group. What y'all need Xavier Woods for?
Blow that trombone.
Oh man, nah, bro. I think it's a long game with that one between Kofi and Xavier, and I think we'll see it next year. That's gonna be the end game because if you think about everybody, I remember a promo that Karrion Kross did when he was on SmackDown. Everybody that he went up against and maybe lost to, something happened with them. I think Shinsuke Nakamura had turned. I think did he fight AJ? Was it Drew?
Yeah, he probably did a lot on SmackDown. Yeah.
And Drew at some point, and something happened with them. They kind of changed characters, and he did like some kind of promo about that. Somebody, you see my plan now, or something like that. You got to go back and look for it. Some kind of promo he did like that, like a backstage vignette type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it.
Yeah. So, what is he doing right now? He's trying to tell Xavier, "Hey man, you stay there, you're gonna be the same. But you come out of that, you can be so much more." You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's his niche right now. Because. Does he have stellar matches? No, he doesn't. I don't remember not one. Not right now. Not under this regime. Like in terms of like now his NXT days, yeah. But right now, I don't recall many of his matches right now. But I mean, they lost to I don't know what they call Bobby and the Street Profits. They just call him Bobby and the Street Profits, I guess. But the Pride, yeah, okay. So that was just kind of over, and now, but the Street Profits, what they have going? So you can flip that thing in many kind of ways. You know what I'm saying? You can flip it all kind of ways. So if they used to build that kind of to their potential, yeah, it can work. But right now they're just getting overshadowed. At the bottom line, they're getting overshadowed. Too many dominant groups right now.
Yeah, and I think talking about Karrion Kross, I feel like kind of he was taking credit for stuff he ain't really had nothing to do with. He just taking his credit on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of people said the same thing about after people faced the Fiend.
Right.
They'll be different, and they kind of were. So if you want to pull it out, and if he could go off of that, you can try it. But he been trying it. But you're right. They feel like they being overshadowed also because the tag team title scene period. Like we continue to say, being overshadowed. It's not being showcased. They try to do it on SmackDown with the Gauntlet, and they showed a lot of teams that are there that are like. Dang, they got all of them on SmackDown and they ain't really doing much with the tag team titles. And they probably do the same for Raw, do a different kind of tournament for the tag team titles. Just to see who was all on Raw. Just to promote that tag title scene because a lot of people love tag team championships. But it's just not being showcased. And I figured under Triple H, with him doing all those takeovers of NXT and stuff like that, that tag team title match used to always open the show and almost pretty much steal the show. Mm-hmm. All those tag team title matches. So I thought under Triple H, he'll be showcased more, but I guess it's waiting to be seen. I guess he working around it. He's trying to get all the major stories and mid stories together. But them tag titles need to be up there too.
Right.
I think to your point, yes, back then, working with a more smaller roster, yeah, those tag team titles were invested in more. But I think for him, maybe in his growth period, he's trying to navigate through those places with more talent, larger scale. And I just think one of the things that might be a challenge potentially is trying to get these pieces in places.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, I got a tag team title, so maybe defend those titles on like Raws and SmackDowns and kind of keep them open, continue storylines, and then have a big climax at a big PLE of some sort. But that's one of the things that I think that's still kind of maybe he's working through. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know him personally, but he has a team, and I'm pretty sure they're working towards it. But I do believe it does need some more TLC, if you will. But I think DIY winning it in Canada was a big thing, but man, I know we're not talking about SmackDown tonight, but we'll see what happens to them. So maybe that's a more prominent, maybe they'll get a more prominent thing. Yeah,
I'm going to put the ones up on that match.
Yep.
but talk about people who used to be a team. Sheamus, what's going on with Sheamus and Pete Dunne? Why is Pete Dunne costing him matches against Bronson Reed? I mean, they hit him with a shillelagh and all kind of stuff. Like, what's your beat, bro? 'Cause,
Hey,
I mean,
hey,
Pete Dunne has a match against Trick Williams on NXT Great American Bash Night too. So he on Raw and NXT beefing with people. I still don't know for what.
Right.
hey, hey, whatever. Been hanging around live, man. I don't know, man, but there's some unspoken things there, right? There was no talk. He just physically assaulted him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first he kind of was displeased in his help, or that maybe he was even back, right? But when he was Butch, remember, Sheamus went down hurt again when they were born Bruce, and I've got the other guy's name on NXT now. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Rich Holland, yeah, Rich Holland. He went to NXT, so maybe Butch he was Butch and Pete Dunne. Now it's like, man, all y'all left me. I don't need your help now.
Right.
Maybe that's it, or maybe it's just something more than that. But I tell you one thing, it'll be a hell of a match.
Yep.
Okay. Wow, Pete Dunne really left him because did he get with what's his name? They fought for the tag team titles. They was in the ladder match together.
Man, I can't think of nobody's name right now. I forgot his name. But Sheamus was out then.
Sheamus was hurt.
Yeah.
He was out. So, maybe he's going that route. Like, what's going on, y'all? Why y'all doing this? Why y'all doing that? Maybe. But he's not saying, but he's a bruiserweight, as they call him. So he's not going to talk about it. He's going to fight.
Right. You
know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you may not get that reason. Sheamus might say it, but you're not gonna get it because he's a bruiserweight. Hey man, no more talking.
Right. Yeah. That'll probably be a match next week.
It was Tyler Bate. That's his name, Tyler Bate.
Yeah, Tyler Bate. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm glad Bronson Reed finally got a win. They so 50-50 with him.
Yeah.
Ain't no telling where his career going.
Man, I guess I could see him going back in the Intercontinental picture.
Bronson Reed?
Yeah.
Like some people say he should have stayed in New Japan. He was kind of a bigger deal when he fought Okada.
Right. But I think he can get back in that once he get over this. They'll probably put him back in that type of spot. That's where I see him. I think he would be good IC champ. So I mean, I see him with me. He deserves something like that. He's a good worker.
Yeah, he is. I just think also that because good promos, he does have decent matches for a big guy. He's really out there doing his thing.
Very
like, bro, that's him jumping off that rope for that tsunami, bro. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you prepare for that, right?
But break yourself.
Yeah. So, but I would say what I hear a lot of people who know the business and say a lot lately. Just be patient with somebody like a Bronson Reed, because they got all up in arms when the man was on the show in Australia for Elimination.
Oh yeah, he didn't get on that show.
But they was like, he told Triple H, he just had him and his wife just had a baby. Like Triple H said, go home and be a father, and that's the decision he made. So I think right now a lot of people say those things, but we don't know what the end goal is. Like this man, he's fighting. It's not like Sheamus a little Rudy poop.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So you going there going back to back with Sheamus, trying to put a tough guy syndrome, pulling that out of somebody like that.
Right.
I look at things like that. Like Sheamus is not Rudy poop, man. He's a hard hitting dude. Like you've been in the ring with him. You know what I'm saying? And for him to fight him twice like that, that's not a Barry. That's not a Barry. You know what I'm saying? That dude's doing some great things right there. Now let's see what it elevates him from there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just my take on it. Like Sheamus ain't a Rudy poop. Like you get in there, you get some time with that dude in the ring.
Yeah.
The dude who beat John Cena was first championship.
Yeah.
The dude who's like won Royal Rumbles, Kings of the Rings, Money in the Banks. The Bar, the Brawling Brutes. Multiple-time world and U.S. champion. Come on, man. That's not a Barry. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. You know what I'm saying? People saying that. Yeah. Come on, man. Like that's
Yeah, he's gonna be good.
I hope so, because like I say, he shows out every time he out there.
Yep.
Shows why they did call him back and to be on the roster.
Right.
That's another thing. They called him back to the business.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I think that's all about. We'll get back to Raw in a little bit, but let's get over to NXT Great American Bash Night. Well, we had Oh yeah.
1A.
Well, I think we had a great NXT Women's Title match between Roxanne Perez and Thea Hale.
Yeah,
I think it was the Thea Hale best match.
man, them girls impressed me, man. I didn't know much about her, and you know, I wasn't paying attention to her like that. But man, they put on
Mhm.
a stellar match, man. I'm like, man, who gonna stop Roxanne?
That's my question. That's my question right now. Everybody's talking about the Baileys and the Jays and the Biancas and the
I
Rheas
will
and the
say
Liv.
this. Now, go ahead. I want to cut
Mm.
you off on your point.
Now, I was going to say, I was just kind of echoing the question. Who's
So,
going to stop Roxanne Perez?
a part of me, maybe 20% of me, doesn't see it translating to the main roster like that, though. She's good in that little pond right where she at. But when you drop her into the big shark water, I think she's going to drown.
I don't know, bro.
I have to respectfully disagree with that, man. And let me tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Times champion, she's had the hard hitting matches. She's had these robberies, right? Now, there are some who go up there, and I understand your point of that factor. But I think right now, she has been the most over female since in NXT since Bailey.
And that's cool.
You know, but what I'm saying is her consistency of matches. I mean, come on, she's beating people in and out of the.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I think when she gets to the main roster, I think maybe she might not be at the top at first. I don't think she's gonna drown though. I think she's gonna elevate because she can cut. She makes you pay attention to her promos.
Mm-hmm.
And when she sells the matches as a heel, which I'm sure you can appreciate, she talks that noise, man.
Mm-hmm.
She talks that noise. I don't think she'll sink. I think it'd be harder for her, yeah, because look who's up there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think she'll sink, man. I don't think
It
so. I
was
think she'll
it was
elevate.
something I saw just in, not even to do with her in-ring ability. It was just something I saw in her eyes, man. I equate it to like going from college football to the pros. You star, you could be you could be Johnny Manziel in the college football, Heisman winning, you know, all that. But when the big lights come on, I don't think when the bigger lights come on, I don't think it's gonna be quite what we think.
But determined to be seen, obviously.
That's what to be seen. But yeah, like you were saying, like with that match with she had with Jordan Grace, that's what made me think she could fight people that's bigger than her and kind of pretty much dominate them. 'Cause I think that's what she did with Jordan Grace. She got most of the offense off. Jordan Grace got big moves, but I think she got most of the offense off. And in the finish, she did that reversal right into her move, and this is what she did with Thea Hale. She went from the crossface to the pop rocks.
She sure did.
And I thought that transition was great. So like she continued to impress me, man. Every title defense. And the only person who we is somebody who's debuting. That's not even there right now. I think is going to beat her for that title.
Yeah. It'd have to be a big win. But they had eyes on her for a while though. Like, if I'm not mistaken, she was the one that beat Mandy Rose for the first title, right? Because when Mandy Rose had to, they got her up out of there. She was the one that from her, right? And
I
then
believe so.
I think she got hurt or something along those lines. But what I'm saying is now with turning this like heel and the training and tools that she's getting right now, I think she's getting well prepared. I think they're preparing her for that to take those reins. I mean, she's training with CM Punk. She was trained by Booker T and things of that nature in reality wrestling. So all this development she's getting, yeah, granted, we've seen people on Tough Enough getting that ring and things happen a little differently. But I get that. But I just think I'm expecting great things from her.
Yeah, I'm hoping she does great.
Yeah, I'm expecting great things from her. But I understand your point too, Sean, coming from, historically, coming from one place to another. I totally get that too.
Yeah, it's no shot on her. It was just something I saw, man. It's something I saw. But I was like, man, but she really impressed me at the Great American Bash, man. I mean, they had some close calls in that match, man. I'm like,
Right. That's it.
man, when I thought it was going to be over, man, it wasn't. I'm like, dog, who's going to stop this girl?
Yeah, that reminds me of
Triple.
those NXT matches.
Oh, what?
No. I think what was the match I think that took forever? I thought it was like, man, it ain't over. It was Johnny Gargano and back in the day and Andrade, I want to say it was all them close calls.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
I gotta go back and watch that match.
I'm like, man, it ain't over yet. But but that's how they book, man. And then with the showstopper being down there, kind of helping with those particular places, man. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. But all in all, I know we're not finished talking about it, but I've been thoroughly impressed with NXT anyway lately. And just the hunger. And I mean, my man Opa ain't on the show, another one of the shows. It's okay though. But you know, get rid
He'll be on night 2. I'm pretty. He's gonna find something to do him on night 2. I think so.
of Moose.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
If he come out on that, boy,
I don't want to
that's
turn from
probably
the
why it's on
conversation
night
too
2.
much. I don't want to turn from the conversation too much. I'm just saying.
Hey,
I don't know.
let's see the night 1 right now.
He do that, I'm gonna have to do you like Live That Dumb and buy you some nuggets.
You gonna make a bet on it for some nuggets?
Hey, we're offline. What type of nugget and the sauce?
But speaking of more title matches, though, we got the women's tag team titles. They finally defended the tag team titles on
I'm
NXT
disappointed.
against Last Legend and Jakara Jackson. Metaphor. I think it was an all right match. It was cool.
Bro. That match was a squash match, bro.
No,
Man,
Last Legend wasn't throwing them girls around.
yeah, you know who got thrown around? Metaphor got thrown around in the beginning. Come on, bro.
Man, Last Legend was throwing them around, boy. She had follow slam, all kind of stuff. Backbreakers, choke slams.
Look, I gotta agree with Sean RC for this particular reason right here. They're prepping for Friday.
Mm-hmm.
They had to get booked aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, they're gonna get that 1 win just so they have it under their belt. But you saw.
He already called it. He already called it.
Hey, I'm going with Bianca and Jade on there. I think I'm gonna go get them.
You know them?
Nah.
No, man, no.
Nah, because they was already tweeting during the show. They showed their tweets on screen during the show, pretty much dismissing. They're like, "Who cares? I don't care who win this." On Friday, them bills are coming home.
Hey, Jay said he's gonna get them hands.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah.
You know it. But that match. But back to your point, that match, man, that was a squash match, bro.
Yeah. I gotta try to give Lash a little more credit than that. I mean, from what she was, I think she really coming up and doing her thing more. She's getting way better.
Well, it wasn't necessarily about her skill set. It's just how the match was booked.
Yeah.
And then that's not to say that Metaphor can't work under that aggressive booking in terms of being aggressively dominated in a sense. But that's a part of the development. But at the same time, how do you still make them look good? Especially as faces.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because in actuality, the heel's supposed to keep up with the face. So how do you reverse that? You know what I'm saying? And so it doesn't say that buried them in no sense, but they had to get booked aggressively because there's a 2-day turnaround before they go and fight on the PLE weekend
And get them hands.
So that's all I'm saying now.
I get you. But let's talk about this. One everyone believes in all of a sudden, Mr. Joe Hendry.
I believe.
Let me tell you what I think first.
Go ahead.
I mean, I think he's funny or whatever, but this concert was boo. Like, I mean, because every time you say a concert, everybody gonna think about the Rock concert, which is way entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't think it, and then other than that, you got Elias or whatever. He was more entertaining than this.
I mean, you have Booker T up there on the screen in the Celtic uniform.
Listen.
But I don't think Booker T like that.
Nah, I don't think so.
Listen. Hey, it's crazy that y'all compare it to the Rock concert. The only thing I can equivalent to is this: he had the people joining in him. However, I still need to see more. I need to see more.
Way more.
I'm not there yet with him.
I believe
this man repeated one line over and over again, bro. Talking about they banned from Scotland because of their facial hair, bro. Okay, you got nothing else in that? That was a little. I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
You need a little more than that, bro.
Man,
he said. The other thing he said, he looked like Dutch Mantel. That was kind of entertaining because like he could like he could pass off as his son.
Hey,
but other than that, I mean,
I want to know what they said about that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what they said about that. I'm pretty sure he has something to say about that.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a little outspoken a little bit.
Oh, a little bit. A little bit.
I don't know, but I just thought like, and then after that, he was gonna go sing his theme song again. Like that sounds like a one-hit wonder to me.
Mm-hmm. That's all you got.
good thing Gallus came out because I was waiting on somebody to come out. I was like, bro, we know your theme song. Everybody done sung it a million times. Do not do this.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Well,
he got beat down.
well, if it's gonna be a one-hit wonder, one way or the other, either the song or somebody gonna hit him, and he gonna wonder what happened.
I was like, "Who this man? Go back to the team." I was like,
The-
"Come on, man!
the
I don't know. It could have been better, man. It could have been better."
concert,
Ladies and gentlemen, the passionate Ronald Trumpet.
the concert, it was whack. I don't know why we was expecting something else.
You said
I
you
don't know,
believe.
but I mean,
I
dang,
believe.
because he's been so hyped up. I mean, I'm not, and that's what he's been doing for years, doing like the music thing. I think with his brother, I think his brother who videotaped him doing with the videos. And so I thought he'd been doing this for like, years and had some material, to come out with.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess he ran through it quick for what he had, and then he wanted to go back to his theme song after that until Gallus came out, and then I was like, okay.
All right.
And he got beat down after that. I was like, dang, ain't nobody gonna help this man?
Nope.
I thought Trick was gonna come out there or something.
For what?
I mean,
Nah.
when they tagged up not too long ago?
Look, Trick got
Yeah.
his own problems. Trick anywhere, but Trick got his own problems right now, man.
Yeah, Trick won the world title back, and he fighting Pete Dunne next week. So
You know,
That
look,
might
he need
be for him.
it might be, man. And Pete Dunne ain't no joke, man. That bruiserweight ready to go, Bo. He pissed off at somebody. You know. But yeah, again, with him, I need to see more too. I'm not there with him, so come on, Joe Hendry, we got to see what happens with you, man. Because I'm not. I need to see more personally.
yeah.
That's where I'm at with.
Yeah, one more match we had a few matches, but I'm just going to put one more match. We had Tavion Heights versus Tony D'Angelo for the Heritage Cup. It was a nice match. They just throwing each other around and whatnot. A couple, spine busters here and there. I think it was like first to 2 victories.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony D'Angelo got the dub on that one.
Yeah, 2-1, yeah.
Yeah. And Tavion Heights, he's an Olympic athlete.
Yep.
So I think they're trying to test things out with him because I feel like they really want that Olympic athlete to come up because what's his name?
Gabe Stevenson.
Gabe Stevenson kind of
Drop.
flatlined on it. He can never get it.
Yeah.
So I think they might have something with him. But the way the match went, I just like his team just didn't have his back fully throughout the whole match, and they kept going back and forth. And they motivated him for one pinfall victory, but they had to slap him in the face to do that.
Right.
And they just kind of forgot about him after that. I was like, okay, well, I guess he ain't really got a team, but whatever. I'm trying to see what they're going to do with Tony D'Angelo because he's been in NXT for a little minute. I think the people that was with him done going up. Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes was kind of coming up with him. They done surpassed him long ago. So, I mean, I don't know what he still got the family. Like I said, he still got the Heritage Cup. So I guess he's doing something, but I don't know what his future holds.
I think he'll be there for a little bit longer because I don't mean this in a bad place, but what he's doing and what he's bringing to it right now, and again, we talked about all these groups in general with the family and all that. He don't need to go to the main roster right now. I think he'll get overshadowed too. The best thing I've seen, now there are a lot of great cool things he did, but one of the best things I've seen, is when he fought Ilya Dragunov, and they kept having Ilya Dragunov go all these meetings, if you will, or jump in the car.
That was good.
So I don't see that. He's not as dominant to do that on the main roster to make it believable right now, in my opinion. So we have. I guess he probably needs to need the title. To be honest with you, but he ain't gonna get that no time soon with Ethan Page.
Yeah, Ethan Page was a defend the title against the old boy from Metaphor who's been attacking him for like at least a month and a half now. And I know Ethan Page is gonna beat him, so I'm like, Ethan Page gonna fight after that?
It's all a long game right now, man. My mind is on Mania weekend right now. A lot of things I think we're talking about are gonna come to fruition then. Like a lot of these things, like a coffee, and we talked about coffee and Xavier earlier. I think that comes to fruition then as well. So I think it's a long game thing right now. That's what I believe. That's how the book has been showing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's think about off of NXT because we're gonna wait for night 2. We're gonna talk about that when it comes.
Night 2 might be off.
But let's take it out.
Night 2 might be better than night 1.
I hope so. I mean, like I said, night 1 had some great matches, like I said, but that Roxanne and Thea Hill was the match of the night for me.
It was local, right? When they write it, when they local.
Yeah,
it was Orlando.
Do you think that played a part into like the overall, I guess, feeling? Because most of their programs, like if they're doing like a something like with that title on it, it kind of felt pretty big. Do you think that had a part to play in it, like the crowd?
No, because that's their home base crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one big crowd. They always hype.
Right.
Yeah. If you saw one particular guy, who was it? I always catch the black folks' reaction in there.
Me too. I watch for the reaction. I think they start most of the chants, a lot of the chants.
Yeah.
So they be hype. I be looking back there in the background and see how they react. So it'd be funny, man.
Yeah, I think when Lola Vice come out there, man, they be tripping, boy.
Oh, boy.
What? She had a match too. I think she had a match on. I think she got a dub on. Well, we're gonna go to our final. So, like I said, SummerSlam coming up 3 days away, man. 3 days away, coming up quick. But let's get our final SummerSlam predictions in.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go for the main event.
Okay.
Cody versus Solo. Who we got going?
Man.
And as they said back in the day on the bump, and still with help.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna keep saying it. Y'all looking for Roman, but he ain't gonna be there.
No, he ain't gonna be Roman. It's not gonna be. I think we talked about it earlier. I think it's gonna be Jimmy.
Yeah. Either Jimmy and then possibly Jay. Possibly.
Hey, if Jacob got anything to do with it, I'm picking Solo. I don't even think
they would make anything happen, right?
Would make anything happen. That dude pick, man. Nah, I'm picking Solo. I think they're gonna put a vice grip on that that whole SmackDown locker room. They're gonna put a vice grip on it, and I think this further signifies that we need a savior in the realm of Roman Reigns to come back and save the day.
Okay. Well, let's go over the Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk with Seth Rollins as guest referee.
I think Drew wins, but I think it's because Seth inadvertently hit CM Punk, and then he has to count. But in a way that he knocks him out, like because maybe Drew gets frustrated because maybe Seth didn't count on time or fast enough for Drew's Claymore or something along those lines, and then he pushes him, and then he responds with maybe a Class 97 with a chair or something like that. Hit CM Punk, kind of, and then counts 1, 2, 3.
Man,
Drew McIntyre.
You doing this on the basis of if it's like a no DQ match. We don't know what type of match this is.
Exactly. I mean, basically what they said.
Exactly. He calls the shots.
So
I mean,
yeah. I think it's gonna end in the Drew and Punk on the mat, and Seth he done screwed both of them. That's how I think it's gonna end. I don't really see it ending even no other way. It shouldn't. I don't see if it does. Why was he even the ref?
Yeah. All right. Let's get to that U.S. title.
We know he's not gonna count for CM Punk.
Why would he? I mean,
he's a ref.
Okay.
Nah, I think he hates Punk more than he hate Drew.
But for what? God, no. He said he hate him the same on Raw.
He lied, man.
Those words are saying.
He lied, man. Did you see how he reacted when Punk came out there and screwed? Not even him, screwed Drew McIntyre. Did you see how Seth reacted? Like Seth was ready to throw blows.
And I don't understand it.
Me neither. Because the whole company didn't accept him back. So if his beef is what he did in the past, the whole company doesn't accept him back.
All right, yeah, you need to figure that out. They need to have a match or something just to figure it out. But I don't think it happens to Mania, but we'll see how it goes. But that triple threat happens sooner than later.
But guess to go back to Cody and you gonna like this, Lonnie, to Cody and Solo. Guess who ended their movie?
Oh boy!
Hold on.
Guess who has a lot of time on their hand because they didn't finish filming the what the movie name?
Smashing Machine.
He done finished that. He got some time on his hand. I'm just saying.
All I want to say is he's supposed to be pre-production Moana this next month too.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
So he the Rock.
He could have came back then.
I'm just saying he couldn't.
He
hurt his arm. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that prolonged. I ain't know if he was healed or not
So
yet.
I'm saying Solo wins and do what you've been saying, Lonnie. Hand the belt to the final boss at SummerSlam.
Somebody better pay me if that happens. Somebody better pay me.
Hey, I need the money in my hand.
Go
But
ahead,
let's go to the U.S. title, man. With Logan Paul, L.A. Knight. Yeah.
I'm ready.
Let's see
Oh, go ahead.
who winning out of that.
I'm ready for it to be
LA
over.
Knight.
I'm ready for it to be over.
He said,
I'm ready for this to be over, man.
Phoenix.
I'm ready for this to be over. Go ahead and give LA
Yeah.
Knight, give him the belt.
No.
And let's get this thing over with.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I go for LA Knight too. Hold on. Go ahead and get that over with.
That should open the show, in my opinion. It should open
Looking
the
at this.
Man, nah, man. Live. They should open the show.
Well, speaking of that, Liv and Ripley, who you got? Speaking of that.
I'm going with Liv still. I'm going with Liv.
Man.
Yeah, me too.
I gotta go.
Some shenanigans got to happen, man. It got to.
I want Liv to win. I'm not saying that's my opinion. I want Liv to win.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I want Liv to win.
I think because I don't see Rhea coming back and just getting right back into the title picture just like that.
Yeah.
Not unless she was Charlotte Flair.
Oh, boy. Guess who's rolling around in the ring right now? Guess who's in the ring getting her reps in?
I saw. Mm-hmm.
For some night.
I saw.
Anyway.
If that happened, somebody owe me a little check too from the last show. But
everybody needs some money. God, no.
But man, nah, I pick Liv. I think Dominik is going to be the deciding factor in this.
Yeah, and I think Liv needs this win because they've been wanting to make her the big star on that level as everybody, all the other big stars, and they've been trying to give her a chance after chance, and she has finally hit it out of the park with this storyline. So I feel like she does need that victory. But let's go with the other women's title right now. Where you think Charlotte may come in and play sooner or later? Bayley versus Nia Jax.
Before I do a pick, I would say I am thoroughly impressed with that storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's going back to some time, like when Bayley was cost her SummerSlam match because of Nia some years ago. So I'm thoroughly impressed because I was hoping this one wouldn't be like forgotten about because Nia won Queen of the Ring, and this is well deserving. So I think it's the perfect opponent for Nia and Bayley. I think it's the perfect opponent for each other right now. I think Bayley retains though.
I say Nia Jax.
My wild card is Tiffany.
Yeah.
So
that's my wild card.
What you say?
Because she stayed trying. Nia Jax stayed trying to get Tiffany not to cash in.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So with you saying them going back some time, I mean, she did bring up in one of the promos, the recklessness or the carelessness that Nia Jax would do in the ring. And so I think Nia Jax wins and Tiffany Stratton cashes in.
Man.
Like we talked about it last time. I don't think this needs to be a long carry for her. I don't think that need to do that this time. I think it should be quick. But we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, but she didn't get that new briefcase yet.
It don't matter.
I think if she get a new briefcase, she got to hold that for a little while.
Fair enough. I get your point.
I just think Nia Jax wins, and they try to hold that for a little win. At least give me a month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Possible.
All right. Well, let's go back to Raw with Gunther and Damien Priest. I think we said we want to win. I think Damien. I want Damien, but
I'm gonna go with Damien.
Final predictions here.
I'm gonna go with Damien. I'm
going with Gunther.
The ring getting around. Okay. I think the last match we got is what? Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship.
Boy.
I'm picking Braun again. He'll need to lose twice, man.
Man.
And I don't see the point if he does. I don't see the point, man.
If Braun loses this time, Sami Zayn ain't walking out of SummerSlam.
Braun Breaker gets it. And then I don't know if they have like a rubber match later, but I think Braun gets it this time. And you have a Intercontinental Champion who was an explosive Intercontinental Champion back in the day that I could compare it to. The Reign, not so much the person. I'm about to get back to y'all on that because that's such a long list there. But yeah, explosive because the Intercontinental Champion, if he wins this, holds it to 6 to 8 months, maybe in a year, he should go to the next level after that. So,
right. Yeah, I think he wins this one. I think Braun wins this one.
I see it happening. But I want to. We're done with the prediction. I don't want to go back to something else for the SummerSlam because they're saying they got a kickoff show. When tomorrow?
I gotta look at the schedule. I thought it was Friday because they always do something Friday night of SmackDown. So
That's like this.
Okay. He got shows on Friday.
So
like the stage and
And then
everything.
they're gonna do
Yeah.
like a press conference type thing on Friday, right?
Yeah, like the stage they do usually. The stage they do and the fans there, whatever.
But what? Okay, but then they got a 3-hour countdown show.
So I think this is where I thought. Well, I know I thought originally this is where Jade and them would make their appearance on the card, but they got the match on Friday.
And that's part of what the question I got. They got a number of matches that's happening on Friday and the following Monday that could have been on that countdown show, but you got people just talking for 3 hours before the main show. You ain't got no matches.
Right. So I'm thinking something got to happen.
They could have defended the tag team title, the women's or the men's. They could have had that 6-man with the Wyatt sitting, Team Gable. I mean, they could have had a number of options of what they could have did on that show, but it's a lot of talking for 2 days until we get to the main card of SummerSlam.
Right.
I think that this is my personal opinion. I think it's more of the anticipation of the whole weekend in general now. Like you building SmackDown up like a PLE, so to speak, before the night before, because you had to kick off the whole weekend before SmackDown, right? So you have these build-ups now. Then you have the SmackDown-ish PLE type of vibe to it, and then you have the show itself with 7 matches. So my personal opinion, what I want to say is that I don't know if they want to do too much before the show starts, But I could be wrong. But I'm just saying that's just my thought. Maybe just kind of do like the whole like anything else, like a Super Bowl or NBA Finals. You have all these prep things before it happened like that. And so that's just my personal opinion. But like I said, nobody's told me that in terms of this is my opinion.
I guess it's gonna be it's gonna be that big stadium feel because they're gonna be in a stadium. So it's gonna be like that Mania type feel. I think they should at least have one match or something on there.
They might though. It's still some time. Like they do it randomly now, right? I think the last pre-show match that I remember, I could be wrong on this too, was it in Saudi Arabia in May? Was it the last pre-show match they had before PLD?
Man, this is about to make me drive.
So that might be it, man. So yeah, that's just my first opinion. But maybe sometimes they don't announce things the day up too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this match is gonna happen. So yeah, depending on what happens on SmackDown.
I said they probably gonna have like some segments because they've been trying to be really more sports like, especially with after the post shows, how they've been interviewing people and things happen on that show when they. Like I said, they had thing happen. Drew McIntyre, he elbowed Adam Pearce, stuff like that. So they might have some segments in between those 3 hours of them talking about all the matches and whatnot. So I guess something to look for. And then they get hired a new announcer. Can't remember his name, but from ESPN. So he might be over there talking too.
Does he show up? Is he showing up?
Not yet. He hasn't. I'm thinking. They say he's gonna be on SmackDown, but I don't know what Pat McAfee gonna do. Like when college game day start, I don't know if he's going to be doing all that again. I could be wrong.
I think he might go. I think that's probably why they brought him in. Because I think Pat McAfee is doing that again. So he left last time. I think he's going to do the same thing again.
But
no, he's on Monday now. So I don't know.
I don't know either. Maybe they move somebody over. I don't know with Michael Cole, but I think.
Okay, so yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's going to be something like that potentially, but more to come. Big fight field. I know the one thing I can guarantee you at the end of the SummerSlam, somebody gonna be pissed off. Somebody. So I'm very excited about this. I am. I can't remember a time where I was more excited about a SummerSlam. Not to say the other ones I wasn't, but there's a lot more story in this one.
Yeah.
A lot more story. And I think one decision can damage and by damage I mean like stories moving forward, like relationships and things like that, to create more stories. One move can damage like 3 matches on this show. It's gonna be very interesting. I'm looking forward to it, man.
Oh yeah.
Sean, don't try to text that group too much, man. I know you're gonna be out of town on it, buddy, but don't look at that group too much, man.
Well,
you might have to send a couple messages.
Just come out of town. You mean I'm doing nothing?
Oh, hey, I don't know what the plans are, man. I don't know what your plans are, bro.
Hey, watch it on that phone.
Right. Yeah, Peacock on the phone.
Hey, that's what they got it for.
Hey, right there.
Well, if that's the case then. It's a couple matches. Oh man. Oh, I'm excited for this. I'm excited, man. I really am, huh? I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to talking about it too.
Oh yeah, we will definitely talk about it. Hey, we got to.
Mm-hmm.
Fans gonna love to hear it from us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mhm.
But before we wrap,
Oh yeah, for sure.
before we wrap the show up, we got a new little segment got going on. But what's the best? What was the best promo of the night? Especially we specifically talking about Monday Night Raw, because I feel like they did way more, individual vignette promos than usual.
Mm-hmm.
We had one from Liv, Braun Breaker, Gunther, Rhea Ripley, and it probably some more. You know what I'm saying? But who y'all think had the best one? I'm gonna go with Braun Breaker.
Okay.
The way he was talking about Sammy, like he's at the height of his profession, and he was talking about as a comedian, and so he trying to clown this man, saying you shouldn't even be in wrestling no more. You planning for your next stage of your life after this match with me. You know what I'm saying? He said the joke's on you,
Right.
and that IC title is gonna be on me. I didn't take you serious. I did a rookie mistake. I had my hands tied behind my back, pretty much.
Mhm.
I ain't take you serious because I didn't think I thought I was wrestling a comedian.
Mm.
And so it was like we said before we saying he about to run through Sami Zayn like he been doing the past few weeks. Sami Zayn got that hit on him last Raw, and that surprised me. He got that hell of a haluva kick, but I think Braun Breaker gonna learn from that quick and take him out with that. But that promo, I think that's one of his best promos I ever seen him do, and I think that was probably promo of the night for me.
Okay, go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, so I would say Liv Morgan. I thought that was pretty cool. Having Dominik in the background on the truck as she's talking,
Mhm.
the fire over her, and then the whole ecstatics on her face and stuff like that, and basically saying, "Man, Dom, you broke my heart. If I can't have you, nobody can." And she's promising that she's going to literally destroy Rhea and Dom's relationship, literally destroy it, and her revenge tour is still continuing. So I think she had the best promo of the night.
It's something for me. Very good choices, bros. But it's something so special to me about empty arena promos. So I have to go. It's something so special about that. So I have to go with Gunther, because he was spitting some truth with Finn Balor, which goes back to what we talked about earlier. He's talking about also what we're going to do later. What I'm going to take this title and I'm going to elevate this great sport again. No interruptions, no mic in front of him, just speaking truthfully about what he's going to do. No fan noises or anything like that. Just a true empty him speaking his truth. And I think those essence. Sometimes I think we miss the magic of those particular promos. You know what I'm saying? Like I think we miss it because it's telling a part of the story itself. And so you can always go back and revert back to those particular promos when it's empty arenas. A lot of magical things happen in empty arenas, whether they're the matches or the promos. But in this case, I'm loving this season they having of empty arena promos because I think they're telling a powerful story.
Hey, that's a good one over here because he ain't talking about just one person. He talking about pretty much the whole group of Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking mess about all of them. So yeah, I can see what you're talking about with that.
Yeah,
I think they all was great, but we had to pick one, so I picked my boy Braun Breaker.
Yeah, we had.
Yeah. I think he gonna get it, man. I'm excited, man. But after that, do we have any final thoughts on this road to SummerSlam?
Hey man, look, spark the car. Let's get in the ring.
No, man. Let me see. Get ready for the final boss. Ready for the final.
I'm waiting on the Uso reunion. That's what I'm waiting for.
You got a couple months for that, bro. You got a couple months for that. You got a couple months for that, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You got to remember, man. I don't want to. We're not going to start a new show right now, ladies and gentlemen. But we're still expecting a new Bloodline member to show.
We don't know whose side he gonna be on.
Exactly. That's why I said new Bloodline member.
We don't know who currently in the Bloodline is a rat, is a mole, who really is an operative that's working for Roman Reigns.
Man, we do. We gonna keep going on and on.
Stop now.
Let's cut it off.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey,
Ladies and gentlemen. Hey. Go ahead, close it out.
To be continued.
hey, there's so many good storylines going on right now. We ready for SummerSlam. I know you are. Like I said, I know you have your food ready. We have your nuggets ready, tenders ready. I know we got a little drink ready. It's the biggest part of this summer. All three of us ready. We look forward to talking to it afterwards. And that wraps it up for episode 15. We love to see you like, comment, subscribe. On the way to 2,000 subscribers. We love y'all, man. Thank you. Peace.